So, see that Turbo Duo right there?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's the best system. Objectively, you can't deny it. It's just like, this is an orange couch. That's the best system. This is the thing.
All right.
That is the ultimate end of the Turbo graphics. It turned into a Turbo Duo. It's the CD system built in, plus the card reader, plus that one's actually been recapped. They changed all the capacitors out. It's got a button on the back that lets you switch between regions. It exports S video because the original Turbo Duo could produce S video, but no TV is accepted S video in the Western world. So now it does. We've been playing games on it for the last couple of days. It's really great. I had to buy that and fix it up recently. Not recently, like 10 years ago. But when I was a kid, I wanted a Nintendo more than anything. My mom couldn't afford it. I lived only with my mom. We lived in Detroit. It was whatever. It was hard to get a Nintendo. Those were expensive-ish. They were expensive if a single mom raising a kid in a city. Like, that's a thing. So the Super Nintendo came out, and just like a week before the Super Nintendo came out, or whatever, the Christmas before the summer, whatever, I got a Nintendo, an entertainment system. It was incredible. It was the best. I remember playing track and field with my hands, doing all this stuff. It was really neat. Not long after, I'm a little kid. Not long after, everybody had a Super Nintendo. My little kid brain doesn't understand realities and adulthood and all that. It's just like, I want the Super Nintendo though. And somehow my mom came across, I'm sure she bought it because it was like new in box or whatever. I played it at Super Nintendo, and then I played at my friend's house at TurboGrafx, which was way more incredible for like a very specific subset of games. Mm-hmm. Because they said it was a 16-bit system, but it was an 8-bit core processor and 8-bit graphics processor, which no other system had that much processing power dedicated just to graphics, right? So a shmup is great on a TurboGrafx because there's everything everywhere, lots of, no slowdown, everything's great. But anything super complicated is not going to happen. So I begged for this TurboGrafx. I begged for a Super Nintendo. I begged for something. My poor mom just bought me just brought me an NES, and I loved it. I mean, I remember every moment of that thing. So eventually, I think a Christmas or two later, I got the Turbo Duo, and it was incredible. I was asking for a TurboGrafx. I got the best version of the TurboGrafx. It was the greatest thing, and it had CD system. It was the first system to have a CD system. It was the first system to do actual 16-bit, to call itself 16-bit, but have graphics that looked 16-bit style graphics. Gions, thanks for the follow. So anyway, I played for it for a couple of years. It was really great. And then I got to be like 13. I got my first job, and I was selling VHS tapes at a VHS store. And some guy came in and was talking about games. And I had just been playing Super Mario World. I'd never played it before, and it was an apogee for me. That was a moment where I was like, that game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it works. And all I wanted was Super Mario World more than anything, just to die. I just wanted that feel. The Turbo Duo was super impressive. It had CD quality music. It had dialogue in games, which that didn't exist. But it was really great. Anyway. I was selling these videotapes, renting videotapes, selling videotapes. This guy came in, we started talking about video games. And I was like, man, I really want a Super Nintendo more than anything in the world. On the spot, he said, I'll give you $300, a Super Nintendo, 12 games, or whatever, for your Turbo Duo. I'm 13, man. $300 may as well be $3 million. I have no, yeah. So I said, yeah. So the next day he comes in with a box. I came in with my box and my Turbo Duo and all my games. That was the thing. My mom struggled to get me that thing. I had no idea. I'm a kid. Give him the box, take the box, put the Super Nintendo in my basement. Love it. I love it. I love it for 2 years. I love it straight. I love it all. It was amazing. Every summer I'm down there in the basement playing it was epic moments. I would never want to lose, except I pined for that Turbo Duo. I missed it. It had all my history in it. It had the Super Nintendo came and went. All right, it disappeared. Turbo Duo it was the last one. Huh. You can buy a Super Nintendo for $40 right now, right? Turbo Duo is $600. It's a bad situation. So anyway, had a reason for telling that story.
Yeah, you were saying that you sold UN Squadron.
So UN Squadron, Star Wars trilogy, the Super Star Wars trilogy, Super Metroid. Link to the Past, Super Mario World. Those were the big games. UN Squadron was the shooter of choice for that system. And that was like the best thing on earth. I spitefully sold it all. Got rid of all of them. Just because of the Turbo Duo scenario.
Wow.
I was like, fuck it. I'm in high school. Girls. I'm gonna sell this shit, and I got rid of all of it.
Huh. It's too bad.
I hated it. It was the worst.
Sorry
You were bored like halfway through that story.
That's okay.
So, I'm sorry.
It's very heartfelt.
It's my story. Battlefield Hardline, upload kills. Are you just advertising Battlefield Hardline, or are you just like really excited about it? Because it's got nothing to do with Starr Mazer at all. But for the fact that I'll probably play it at some point.
You want to talk more about Bodie's game, Boot It Up or something? Or?
We can get to playing in a few minutes. Let's talk about game design. Why did you approach a Metroidvania style game?
It's my favorite type.
Cool.
Genre. Whenever I pick up a new Metroidvania, I basically have to binge play it until it's done.
What's your favorite outside of Timespinner?
Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, and then Symphony of the Night close behind.
Nice. Symphony of the Night I remember playing on the Game Boy Advance. Right? Or no, not that's.
It was on Xbox, PSP.
Didn't they do a release, like a GBA release?
There was Metroidvania Castlevanias on.
No, there was like a bunch of that. Was
GBA.
its own series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Symphony of the Night.
It
was
never
not
came
on-
out for that?
No.
Huh? What am I thinking? You are much more into this series than I am. Just
They only did PSP and Xbox and PlayStation.
damn, son.
And Sega, something.
Did you play my favorite my favorite Castlevania game is Dracula X.
Okay.
The best version of which is on the Turbo Duo. You can buy one online right now at eBay for like $1,000.
That one is much better than the Super Nintendo one, yeah.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo one was poos. I got it thinking that I got it on like I got it thinking that it would like replace my Turbo Duo copy. By the way, I was a kid. I had no idea I had Dracula X. I sold it to that guy for a Super Nintendo.
That's
the
funny.
worst. Jim, so that's the only point-and-click adventure shooter that you remember. That's cool. We didn't know there was another one. Starr Mazer quickie question. How long are we streaming for today? Well, it is now 2 o'clock. We are 2 hours in, and we're probably going to hop off and take a little break and then play some games with Bodie in a couple minutes. So probably another 2 hours after that, unless Bodie wants to jet. How did you like the horchata?
It was really good.
How did you like the Bodie Litza?
Bodie Leeds was good. I definitely think the horchata is basically like drinking Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing.
No, not at all. So check it out. Sonic gotta go fast. Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for that name.
Yeah, thank you for the name. So what's gonna happen is I think we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take probably a 15-minute break, and we're gonna because I said 10 last time, and it took whatever. Sonic gotta go fast says, please get a real haircut. We both actually have real haircuts. And that blank too tall, yo. That shit. Haha. So that's a cool thing. What's really neat about this is we can ban people real fast. It's gonna happen. I got a guy right over here. He's gonna just boo. Sonic Hedgehog. Thanks, Alex. Sonic Hedgehog. It's the best.
If we want to play Timespinner, there's actually no startup time for that. We just boot it up and we just go to it.
Cool. We're still gonna take a break.
Yeah.
A 15-minute break, and we'll be back. We're gonna play Timespinner a little bit, build of Timespinner, and then maybe we'll hop into some kind of shmup or something. We'll see what happens. 15 minutes from now, though, you guys go pee or whatever else. We're gonna eat some pizza, chill out. Hello.
Hey.
We're back. Cookie. I'm Don Thacker, director of Starr Mazer. This is Austin Monville. What do you do?
I make games, but right now I'm a game developer for Starr Mazer.
And this is
Bodie Lee,
who is
the developer of Timespinner.
at Lunar Agains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We're gonna
Thing that you
play
can see
Star-
here.
Timespinner.
It's right here, Timespinner. I'm gonna play it for my first time. I'm really
Oh.
excited. I'm getting into it. I'm hitting
Go for
start.
it.
New game.
This is an exclusive build made just for Starr Mazer TV. Except totally not. It's
Yeah.
the Kickstarter build.
Yeah, this is from August, so it's old.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, are we clicking again?
We're clicking again. What is going on?
All right, they'll fix the clicking while I play around with mechanics. Ooh.
So what is Timespinner built in? Is it Unity?
X and A.
X and A. Oh.
Yeah,
Old school style.
I worked
5
on
years
it
ago
for,
style.
yeah, like 5 years ago, and at the time, Unity and X and A were
Hold on,
actually
you're
kind
gonna
of
lose control for a second.
Okay, I'm losing control.
X and A and Unity were
Okay.
neck and neck, and I actually literally Googled like, should I use X and A or Unity? And the first thing that came up was like a discussion that was like, yeah, if you're a programmer, you should use X and A because it gives you more control, and if you're an artist, you should use Unity. I'm like, hey, I'm a programmer, so I'm gonna do X and A.
And is it in C sharp? Is that what?
Yeah, C sharp. You have to press that. Sorry.
Do you apologize every time somebody doesn't do something right in your game?
There's
That's the best.
There's a thing there's fixed is that there's like a pop-up that says press that.
I would have just let him try.
So it feels awesome already. It's like it's incredibly responsive. I jump when I need to jump. I move when I need to do. You've made some interesting choices to limit my movement, especially when like I'm attacking like this.
Yes.
But I can still move forward while in the air while attacking. So that's really interesting. It encourages me to charge a lot, which is really great because these are powerful enemies. And then I just all right, yeah. I'm loving the feel of it.
I like the pop-up damage numbers. You're gonna have to field us questions, Kaza. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to the stream.
Because
I got you,
I
man.
can't read them. They're behind the screen right now. You
Jim
didn't.
Lau.
Could you
Or
move,
Jim
just move the screen?
Yeah, we can go over to the right a little bit.
Yeah,
I can
stand
adjust
over.
my head slightly.
Jim's question was, from the Starr Mazer team, what's your favorite adventure game of all time? Mine being The Dig from LucasArts.
The Dig's pretty great. I'm gonna have to go with Beneath a Steel Sky. I really loved the hard sci-fi of it. I thought it was really, at the time, really well voice acted. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. I'm influenced by a bunch of them. I'm a huge adventure gamer though, so that there are close seconds and thirds and whatever. But that's mine. What about you, Bodie? Favorite adventure game?
Like point and click adventure.
Yeah.
game? I think the only like the Indiana Jones and Atlantis.
Fate of Atlantis.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We played that 2 days ago on Starr Mazer TV.
Look but don't touch.
Is this an intentional thing?
Yeah, it's janky.
I love it. Like it doesn't feel like
What is? What's the?
So when I let go of, I'm charging right now. I'm charging out, filled my bar. Now I can do a blast, right?
Yeah.
But I just found maybe bug. That's an interesting concept. Normally I have to like if I release it'll always fire, but I can do this cool thing where if I go on the wall and I release, it doesn't shoot and I actually save it. Now I have a charged shot that I'm just hanging on to, and I can just fire. My next shot will fire.
Wow.
That doesn't seem intentional, but it
Bodie's
is
actually
really
shaking his
cool.
head.
I don't know. It is intentional.
Oh, that's
Really?
intentional.
Because, like, where are you supposed to shoot right now? Are you supposed to shoot behind you?
I would assume I shoot behind me.
Yeah.
Um,
See, that's
Mega Man style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mega Man X. Yeah.
The charging thing is actually not in the game anymore.
Really?
It's now spell based, so the charge is like instant, but it costs mana. Because it felt like a lot of people were spending a lot of time charging,
I agree. Like I'm spending a ton of time charging. Yeah, that's absolutely.
and so like by turning the charge into a spell that costs something, that makes the melee more important, while at the same time making the spell something that you save when you need it. And something that you can quickly use, rather than having to charge for it.
So can you describe to us some of this world? Like I'm seeing these weird bird-faced tank things and stuff. Like I know nothing of the actual world. I have to tell you that I actually backed out of nepotism. I was told that's Bodie Lee's game, and I was like, oh, backed it. So,
So
I'm
it's
excited for it to
corruption?
come out.
Is that what you're getting at?
I
A little bit.
I skim the updates. So tell me about the world. No, I watched the trailer, and the
Right,
trailer
right.
makes sense. Austin actually showed me the trailer, and I was super into it, and I love the Metroidvania feel. I actually I think I probably would have not backed it as quickly if you did have a different art style immediately, as I said. But I might be an edge case, but I want to know what the actual story is. Like, what am I seeing? What you told us, which was a girl who has to basically seek revenge by using time manipulation. That's effectively save her family.
Mostly revenge.
Mostly revenge by the time. So I don't get any of that right now. I get like Keith Courage, not Keith Courage. Yeah, Keith Courage in Alpha Zones. I get like big-headed things, cool graphics,
Yeah. So,
interesting mechanics.
so in the intro, the Timespinner is destroyed.
Did we see that or did we skip it?
It's in the Kickstarter trailer.
Oh, so that.
So
yeah.
it's not in the demo.
Okay.
No, go ahead, keep going.
And as it's being destroyed, Luna is the main character. She gets sucked into a portal, and it drops her off here on a different planet, but also the planet of the people who killed her family. So this level is a. Oh,
I'm just gonna turn it down real quick.
Okay.
Oh, it's him.
So this level is a dried up lake. The planet that she's on is basically used up all of its resources. Pretty much a dead planet. So you actually haven't used the time stop mechanic yet, which you're gonna need here. You have it. You just never really press the button.
Yes.
So what
has it?
are the creatures that I'm seeing? What is their what is the history of those guys?
The creatures? Okay, so the bird head robots are actually modeled after a gray plumed bird that went extinct many years ago. And a theme with a lot of the robots that the Empire makes is they kind of make it after extinct creatures.
Got it.
Or magnificent creatures that used to exist.
Why was that the decision you made for this game?
For which part?
The fact that many of these creatures are going to be modeled after extinct creatures.
Well, it's a time travel game, so you actually go back in time to when they weren't extinct. So,
Ah. What? It's very thoughtful, buddy.
and I like birds.
Birds are cool.
I like birds
Austin
too.
hates birds.
What?
I made an entire game about birds.
No, that's right. Austin does hate birds. You probably hate them now. You love
No,
them.
actually, like
You love them even more.
I wasn't like a super big fan of birds. I never really understood birds. They're weird. Like I can't really empathize with them. They like move quickly and whatnot. And so I'm just like, birds are kind of odd. And then like I learned a lot about birds because I would like study all these birds. I found all these cool things about birds.
Gizzards and everything.
Yeah, it's just
They eating rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest. I always thought that was the weirdest thing when I was a kid.
but when
Finding out that-
time stopped, it doesn't hurt.
What doesn't matter?
Boop. Ah.
What was hurting you?
It feels like it's flaming. It's hot. It's something.
Oh, there's a jet underneath.
Yeah,
it,
so
like
when
a
I do
fire
that,
jet.
it's not
but it's not
burning me.
jetting underneath it. Got it. So wait, the platform is burning on top as well?
Yeah.
The lava. Ah.
Yeah, it's pulsing on top.
So you had to freeze.
Bodie, are
time
you a
to
fan
make
of
it
secrets in platformers?
Yes.
I feel like there should be a secret
right there.
Like that's where it is. You
You
put it
turn
in.
to the right, you shoot,
put
and
it in just
a
yeah.
turkey's on the wall.
Yeah. Like what if I put in the Konami code just in case? You know?
No,
Okay.
there's breakable walls, but
So
that's not one of them.
that's what I want to know. This is obviously inspired by a Konami game. So what does the Konami code do in Timespinner?
Nothing right now. I wasn't even planning about that like
Wow.
that. Konami code was never.
Game over. Interview over. Starr Mazer TV
I-
is brought to you
okay.
by Bodie Lee leaving after not putting the Konami code in Timespinner.
Well, he's still developing it. We can't expect it to be done.
Right. True.
Yeah. So you get off the hook this time. So whenever I played Castlevania, I would just like backdash all the time because it was
Right.
actually like a really fun way of movement. But you put a delay in. You
Yes.
made it so I can't do that.
I thought that was really stupid.
You're right. It is really stupid. But, I'm
it was
upset.
something that I always did in Symphony of the Night, and I was like, I don't want to play my game like that.
I can like if I jump, it's still useful to do. All right. Oh, I saw this in the trailer.
Jim has a question for you.
What's the question?
Will the Konami code work in Starr Mazer?
We're in Timespinner right now. We just traveled through time. We just got done answering that question.
In Starr Mazer.
Oh, in Starr Mazer.
Yeah.
I traveled through stupid. Sorry guys, I did not pay attention to the question. There currently is not a plan for the Konami code to do anything in Starr Mazer, but there are other codes that do things in Starr Mazer. IDDQD, for example.
Bodie, I have a question for you. Why'd you decide to not do a health bar for a boss?
Yeah, there's really no indicator right now. Do they change palette?
No. I liked that part of the Castlevania games where you don't know if they're going to die or not, so you kind of just hope for the best.
Ooh, it feels well.
Yep, and it goes back to the start.
And this is the demo?
Yep,
But
that's
there was
the demo. It's a looping demo.
There was an area I didn't explore.
There wasn't.
Really? Oh, okay, yeah, of course you would know. I felt like there was a place I didn't go to.
There were some spots that you didn't. There's like some nooks you missed.
They don't die though. That's cool.
Fuzzy asks, ID Pisspot D. Of course, that's going to be in there. Just imagine all of your favorite id codes. They're going to be in there. ID KFA. So I see that you've taken the tack of not actually fighting things.
Well, I was like, like when I play a game I start like really tearing it apart. I'm like, okay, what was put in this game? And so I already screwed it up, but I was like, this is a game about things being extinct and like creatures and whatnot. I was like, I wonder if there's a thing if you can not hurt anything. So I already messed up this run, but like I kind of want to be able to do that. Just go through without killing anything. Maybe that's a thing in this game. Maybe Bodhi thought about that.
Luckily, we have Bodie Lee here.
Can't tell you that.
See, I have to go through it twice now because I killed one enemy at the beginning. Oh, these guys are gonna be tough. I screwed up, so there we go. See, it feels like a game where I could do that. And see that? Okay, watch.
What? I didn't know that was a thing. That's a cool ass thing. That's neat. So everything becomes nice. Everything becomes less volatile or not volatile if you
Most things.
most things become not hurting.
This game's a lot better when I start using its game mechanics to play. It's really
As
great when
opposed
I
to just
start
like
using it.
Castlevania.
Yeah, as opposed to just playing like Mega Man or Castlevania, where you realize in Mega Man you don't have to kill anything. There's
Hyena Gaming has a question. What's your favorite songs?
Bodie, what's your favorite song?
of all time.
Of all time. It's hard to say, but I'm kind of rocking Britney Spears' "Stronger" right now. It's a pretty good song.
Can I tell you that Toxic is one of the best produced songs I've ever heard?
It's really great.
Just from like a production standpoint, it's incredible.
What do you mean by production?
Like engineering, sound engineering,
sound engineering.
actual engineering of the music, not the music.
I like that song.
No, I like the song a lot. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I don't
okay.
like Britney Spears at all. I find a lot of it a bit derivative. It's poppy and fun, but I want a little bit more from my music, and I thought Toxic actually brought that. I was really impressed with that. Austin, what's your favorite song?
Right now, it is Gloss by Dub Scout. We're gonna go with Gloss by Dub Scout.
So that's just like today.
Yeah,
Right.
but it changes constantly. I love finding new music, listening to new music, discovering genres that sound like someone made them up. I'm all about that. Ooh, wait, what?
You got it already.
But
You
I
died.
died.
Yeah, it's
still there.
Now I have to question, is it going to remember that I killed an enemy? And now is my run completely screwed up? There's a cool game that has actually influenced Starr Mazer a little bit that was kickstarted, and I'm eagerly awaiting it to be done. It's very close. It's called Undertale. Are you guys familiar with Undertale?
I am not familiar with Undertale.
Undertale is an RPG where you're encouraged to talk through every enemy encounter. And it's this very odd, like, sort of, it's got a weird feel to it. Like, there's this character who's protecting you. She's sort of motherly.
Break that wall, bro. Should always try.
Yeah, right? See the secrets. But anyway, it does very interesting things about remembering your actions. This is gonna suck. God Okay, I need to charge up my time. And it was one of the inspirations for remembering the playthroughs in Starr Mazer.
Right on.
Because there are choices that you can make, and they're very significant, and they're very important to like sort of the narrative context of the whole game.
Fuzzy, you said that you answered a question. You said this is Bodie's current build. This is actually the Kickstarter build.
So this is from August.
It's from August of last year.
So yeah.
It's an ancient build. We had to blow dust from it.
Damn it. Okay.
You're terrible at this game.
I'm so bad at it.
You're like, I should use the game mechanics, like
roll
fighting. Maybe that's a mechanic.
Is everyone else hopping in?
No, it's you. You wanted it.
No,
Okay,
Don,
alright.
you haven't played?
No, I haven't. I don't like video games, man. No, I'm kidding. I feel really weird about playing other people's games with them right here.
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to get really close to you?
No, like the moment you were like, the moment you made that comment about Austin do it like he needed to do something, and
Really
like,
insecure.
yeah, I'm trying to do crazy things, man. What is a backdash? I don't even know.
You play Castlevania shoulder button, bud. Come on. So this is we can have a little conversation because this is something we dealt with a lot on Sports Ball. I think I probably actually asked you this one time we were hanging out, but it's dealing with that whole aspect of making a game that's heavily inspired by another game. Here we can have a conversation. Here. All right. Because like I like a Timespinner. I'm like, yep, this is Castlevania. Like I've seen the map. You know, I see the animations in there, the health bar, the design of it, like the color palette. Like, oh, it's Castlevania. That's cool, right? I love Castlevania.
I like that you preserved my jump. Thank you very much. My jump between screens.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, dude. I always jump the screen.
If you don't make games, there's all these tiny little things that you probably just take for granted. That they're the difference between a good game and a great game. It's that polish, right?
I can't air
that,
dash?
like, that tiny little percentage. Not
Can't-
yet, dude. It's an ability you're gonna get, right?
What, air back dash?
Air dash, not backdash, just dash.
There's
It
a
should be right here.
dash.
It should be right here.
Yeah, it is an ability.
I should
You're
be like,
playing
dude.
Mega Man X right now. Trying.
I am. You're totally right. I'm playing Mega Man.
Mega Man X.
Dude, the air dash to the transition.
And so, you know, I'm making a game called Sports Ball. It is a joust-like. It is very similar to Joust. There are like 3 games similar to Joust. One of them is
Yeah.
Sports Ball.
Right.
You know, a lot of haters. You know, and people are cool, right? Most people are like, oh, cool, it's like Joust, all Quest, right? But there are haters, right? They're like, oh, it's just Joust ripoff, right?
Right.
And they don't see like the hundreds of hours of like little details of like actually if you adjust the momentum of this, it makes the entire game feel way better, right? And so, I'm just curious, like, how do you like?
Can I interrupt for a sec?
Yeah.
Is the animation, the attack animation restricts my movement? Like I
Yeah,
push
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Is that on purpose?
Yes. That is a Castlevania thing.
I think you know what I'm doing. I'm realizing something. The game flows so easily. Like Castlevania always felt clunky to me.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the whip, it's like
You get knocked back like dude, right?
But the game feels so good.
Yeah, that feels
that
way smooth.
that one Castlevania thing feels like it's broken. It's not
Well,
broken. You're telling me it's not broken.
No, so something else I should say is that I actually made that animation much faster. So it's probably
A little less.
it's considerably less. Like,
Okay.
it's much less noticeable.
But I think if the rest of the game played like a Castlevania, like if the rest of the game was like slow and clunky, I wouldn't expect that to work. But I want to like hit jump and like hit wait jump is like just no hit jump. So, but it's only because everything else feels so fluid, and I'm like wall clinging and flying around. It feels so good. Sorry, keep going.
No, actually, you're going to point that's a much more interesting one. The answer to the question I was going to ask is hate is going to hate. Like, that's really what it is. But the actual interesting conversation, because this is something that you deal with when you're inspired by the works.
I just got into a problem. I tried to jump and attack, so I'll jump and I'll attack, but I'll accidentally hit an attack on the ground. Oop, I'm running out of my time stuff. I'll accidentally hit an attack on the ground, and then I'll hit jump to go again, and my brain knows the timing. And I'm stuck on the ground, and I'm lost. I'm out of the loop now.
Wait, can I
do
answer
jump
this
attack,
for you? Do I
jump
got
attack,
this?
Go for it.
You'll figure it out in 3 minutes. Play the game.
It's been
Done.
3 minutes.
Is that the answer?
Well,
So
yeah.
they did it again. I tried to jump.
So-
my jumps are getting lost.
So, yeah, that's something that you'll learn. And when you say Castlevania, I think you're thinking like classic, like you have so many lives, Castlevania.
I'm thinking of something that
Yeah,
maybe John's thinking.
Yeah,
version.
I think he's thinking like with Castlevania. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more after like Sword Castlevania. And jump attack is actually something that you do a lot in those games. Yeah, and it's actually funny. Games like Harmony of Despair, the Xbox One, you see people that like you play against people online. So some people are power users where they're like spamming the jump and the jump and attack, and you can see that like they're constantly attacking, and it's just like it's a fun like little speedrunner trick.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you notice the wall? Nobody noticed the wall. Go on.
Oh my God! There's a secret, and I didn't find it. Oh. I was bashing you for secrets, and you had it. You're just like,
Right here,
you
jump
just don't know. Don't even know.
Yeah, I just need to make it more noticeable.
Devs don't know about my secret secret walls. See, that's the thing. So I did this a lot as when I was like a teenager, when I had tons and tons of time. Right, when you have a bunch of time, I play games all the time. I play games for hundreds of hours. I freaking loved it. I now develop games for hundreds of hours and play them for little bits. Right, I used to be hundreds of hours playing and deving a little bit when I was a teenager, like RPG Maker. I get into that.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I actually, there was a few games, like these few seminal games where I would play the demo and just tear them apart. And like I would, if I was 15 and I had Timespinner, this demo, I would go through every nook and cranny. Like I said, like I was already trying to do it without beating, just to see what it is. Like finding that there was a secret there. Oh, I would hit every single one of the. I would literally spend a week just playing this one little demo over and over again. I did this with one of the most memorable games I did this with was Timespinners 2. Or Time Splitters 2, not Time Spinners 2. I'm talking about the future now. Yeah, are you familiar with Time Splitters?
Yes.
It's if anyone doesn't know on the stream, Time Splitters is a GameCube, Pt.2 generation game. It's a first-person shooter. Feels very much like GoldenEye. I think made by the same people.
Yeah.
But you travel through time. It's got this really it's got like the Pixar art style before the Pixar art style was cool to do with what's happening these days. It's a really great game. Specifically, Time Splitters 2 is amazing. I didn't like 1 and 3 as much, my personal preference, but there was a demo for it. You just played this one level, and you would go through. It was like this facility, like this snow-based facility, like a secret agent type thing, like slightly futuristic. And there was a boss that would appear, this helicopter, and you'd get up on the dam, you climb up all the way to the top of the dam after you've like played through it. When you get to the top, the helicopter appears, and then it cuts out. I killed it. So what I could do is I played it enough to learn that there's a sequence that triggers it. It's actually activating the elevator. I activated the elevator and jumped off, and then I'd go out to the beginning area of the game. I have to go through the whole thing, and the boss is there, and he's doing his attack pattern. And I shot him from the ground. I spent like a half hour shooting this helicopter. It's fighting the dam. It's fighting, like I'm supposed to be up there. The demo's supposed to end it, but I beat it. Like I broke the demo, and like I just loved doing that because like there was all these side missions. I went through and like destroyed every like piece of like object. I killed every character, or also didn't kill every character. And it was because they spent all this time, all this attention to these little details, just about like making the world feel complete, feel responsive. And this whole segue, this whole thing is just like I would do that with Timespinner. Like you're paying attention to it, you're adding detail into it. Which leads to the sort of question of, this game is obviously inspired by Castlevania, so what is like, that's how you dodge it. God, that's so smart. That's so great. You use time to always create a safe zone. That's really smart. When you start off, like I would assume that when you started building this, you had your quad and you were moving around, and then you started making it feel like Castlevania. You coded in like the jump height and the movement and everything. It was like that where it sort of like started.
It actually started out as a Mega Man game.
Really?
And then before the Kickstarter, I turned it into a Metroidvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim, thank you very much for supporting Timespinner. Jim just received his humble email.
Yay!
Awesome.
Thanks, Jim. But yeah, like it's. I think the question that you were mainly trying to ask is like how do you make a game that's inspired by something but also make it unique on its own? And
not quite.
No?
What I'm curious about is I was going to ask that question, but like we already know the answer. Like you're inspired by this piece, but you make something different that's your own.
Right.
What I'm more interested in, because I think this is an actual conversation we can have, is like when getting down to those specific mechanics, like what are the sort of things that go through your mind when you make the call of like, okay, I'm gonna make jumping a little bit, I'm gonna put a delay after the dash, like I'm going to like keep this enemy in and this pattern in, but I'm gonna take this one out. Like those little decisions that start differentiating, you get to that.
It depends on like each situation. Like with the backdash, I I basically knew that if I didn't put a delay in, that I would be backdashing through the entire game, and I think that's just silly.
And why is so why does it matter that it's silly? Why is that important for the game? I mean, it's silly in Castlevania the Night, but you're still, you know, Belmont fighting Dracula and whatnot. It's all badass.
Well, it's what you want people to be doing when they play your game, and thinking about the player experience.
So you're taking away choice by design.
No, yes. Yes.
No, that's not bad.
Well,
maybe
okay.
I said that in a way that
It's-
sounded bad. I didn't intend that in a bad way.
There-
You're taking away choices that would sully the game experience, right?
Right. It's like people saying that putting in easy mode to a Dark Souls, like an option to have easy, would ruin the game, and that's something I think I probably agree with. Like, where you limit the player and what you allow them to do defines their experience. Something that's
I'm Austin. I'm gonna try everything except not really. Let's check this shit out. Check this shit out.
Oh, you can never get it in the demo. I'm sorry, honey.
You shouldn't have told him. I wanted to watch him for like 5 minutes doing it. I wanted to just watch him keep trying to, because he would do a thing where like it would jump and he'd freeze it and he'd try to like, or maybe hit himself, like, you know, braid it, like get the enemy to hit itself.
I would have tried that just then.
Yeah. I don't know. It's. I've seen, for example, a lot of pixel games where they actually don't do any zooming. Like Timespinner is 3 times zoom. The pixels are each character pixel is actually 9 pixels.
Yep.
And that's because having it that zoomed out actually makes it's overwhelming. Like people think they're like, oh, I can see so much. This is great, but really, having it zoomed in like this is actually something that is more interesting to the player. Like it's more engaging. Yeah, and also like with this cave, a lot of the times when you have a level that doesn't have a ceiling, it feels better when it has a ceiling. Like having that ceiling like really close to you, like when you're designing that, you're like, oh, that's gonna be really annoying for the player because there's gonna be a ceiling right there. But it actually feels good when you're playing it.
You just mentioned something that made me think of something. It was really cool. I need to remember what this was. This aspect of putting the ceiling in there before. What were you talking about just before the ceiling?
The zoom?
The zoom. Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. So what's your game? Like, what's the game's resolution? Like the minimum resolution of the game?
It's right now you can see it's designed to be 400 by 240.
Okay.
Which is the top screen on a 3DS. So that's what I'm shooting for. Actually, before the Kickstarter, it was 320 by 240, which is the normal DS size screen. And I was doing that so it would feel like a normal DS game. But after Kickstarter, since it's going to be on the 3DS, I decided that this was a good resolution to stick with.
And so, like, how are you working on different aspect ratios? Like, how are you dealing with that?
The game is probably just going to be like
Just cut off the sides?
Yeah, like right now the sides are cut off.
Okay.
Eclipse Husky asked, will all the weapons have this Castlevania stop to them, or might the Blade Lord let you have a bit more movement in such a way that it's more different? Yes. But it won't be the Blade Orb. So if you remember stuff like Symphony of the Night, almost all the weapons had the stop to them, but later in the game there were some like really powerful weapons, like the Wellman Way. Wait, I think that was a different game. Or one of those ones where the fact that it let you keep running while you were attacking was really powerful, and that actually kind of ties into what we were talking about before, where that stop, like stopping the player when they attack, is limiting them, but in a design way it makes the game, it makes something interesting. Like it carves out something in the feel of the game, and it also allows some things to be much more powerful if they let you move while you're attacking.
I like how quickly my
Chris Crane.
my sand refills. It's really good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a resource, but I always have it. It's like this. It feels like a good balance. Have you made any tweaks to that?
I'm planning on making it more scarce,
Oh. Okay.
or at least charge up slower.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. It's something that needs to be played with. Because I also right now it's designed so that you can get like your sand more max sand, and that lets you stop for like absurd amounts.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. That also like brings up like a kind of a balance where the time stop lets you skip enemies easily, and a lot of the enemies you can just jump over even without time stop. So you want to have a incentive for the player to not kill them, or no, you want incentive for the players to kill them. So that's where like a lot of games have like experience points in them, where you have incentive to not run away.
We just gotta follow.
Who joined us?
And that's man followed us. You've been
Thanks,
you've been watching this for a while. Thanks for following us. That's really cool. We really appreciate it.
Oh, he got it? He got it? Oh, what? What is that? Is that a sheep?
Yes.
Oh! You monster!
I didn't mean to.
Why'd you do
The
that?
ball
You started
actually-
throwing damage orbs. Oh, dude.
Yeah, but the orbs actually they attack behind me because they loop around me. So
Yeah,
it hit
a
the
reckless beast.
and now
causing more
I can't get the
extinction.
meat. I wanted the meat.
Tell me about the sheep.
Can we press, like, I think it's R on the keyboard? Can you get focus on the game and press R? There we go. So, someone asked before, in local co-op, who's the player going to be controlling?
Yes.
So the game is going to have familiars that you
Ah!
and so local co-op, like, even without a player there, the familiar will be doing...
Is my familiar getting hurt or is it attacking?
It's getting hurt. It doesn't actually do any attacks right now.
Well, that's
It's just
useless.
adorable. Now you have to get through the whole thing without it getting hurt.
Oh. So we're in a loop, right? I'm gonna fight the boss again.
Yes.
And so that's the demo.
Yes.
Awesome. I very clearly know what the game feels like at this point. It's really good.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I thoroughly like this game. I'm very excited for it.
You're right. I did get used to the.
That just takes a couple minutes.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
Fair enough.
I'm allowed to not like it. I mean, I love the game. The game is cool. I'm really excited. I'll play the hell out of it. I know that I'll play the hell out of it.
But you hate it.
No. I hate that.
Oh.
That.
Yeah.
It
That.
might actually be better in the current builds.
Yeah,
Just
you
the
said you
animation.
reduced that. Or
Yeah.
you sped up the animation, which
Yeah.
reduces the.
Yeah, it reduces the weight.
A great. So that would make the game like super feel great for me.
But there's also weapons that are heavy. Like they do more damage when they're slower.
But I
so-
expect that, not
yeah.
just the natural movement. Like if I hit and I try to move away, it's like I hate that feeling. And again, it's because you've taught me. Everything else is so fluid. Everything is so smooth that of course you'll just attack and move. But no, there's a waiting time. So yeah, it's good. And I feel that the time mechanic is pretty great. I would of course be the guy trying to not. I would be like, don't. I want the sand to come in the same amount of time because I like it. Like the things that I like right now, I want you to not change,
Okay.
and the things that I hate, I want you to change instantly, like without regard to your own design. That's the average player, right? That's the.
Ayub24, this is Timespinner, made by this guy right here,
Yeah.
Bodie Lee.
Hi.
You can play what we're playing right now, right?
No. This was like a backer
It's
only.
backer
build.
only. Okay, all right. Sorry, you can't play this right now, unless you were a backer. But then you probably wouldn't be asking what this game is. So I got a question for you, because Don brought this up the other day. How programming is a way to sort of get a little bit of insight into people. And I noticed you did a little feature with the door. When you get close to it, it lights up, but when you walk away, it dims. I'm curious, is that a trigger that you hit in a
It's an
certain area?
animation.
Or is it like, okay, so it's just it's
It's-
not
it's
even.
looping
It's
forever.
not even. Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking
It
way
was
too
just-
much into
Yeah,
this.
it was I thought it was like
Timing.
perfectly timed. Okay, because the next thing I was gonna ask is like, is it a proximity thing where you actually code it that the closer you get, the more it lights up?
Oh, that was not fair. I went into the boss
yes,
battle.
let's go.
Mm,
Yeah,
You
sorry
gotta
about
hold
that.
it, man.
I held it.
I think it's a bug. Sorry.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mm. That's a long bar. That's something I noticed, and I don't know if I dislike it or if I just am impatient. The bar is a long bar, and I don't have a lot of vision. I know that at this point I've worked out. It seems like there are 3 stages. There's like a small stage where the bullet's small, but the not the bullet, but the projectile is small, and the actual section of the bar is fairly tiny. I move into the sort of this charge stage second, the Hadouken, for a long ass time, and then at the very end I save it and get ready for the Mega Man Ultra Blast thing.
That's great.
But I saved it, and when I got into the room and it kicked it out, I was angry.
Yeah.
Like, fucker, I had to wait. 30 seconds.
I designed that just for you, Don.
I knew it.
Are you using Pixel Perfect Collision, or are you just using colliders like boxes?
It's boxes, but so with this guy, I implemented a new system, which is things made up of smaller boxes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was very much all about like Pixel Perfect Collision for a long time, but Unity, it's very difficult to make Pixel Perfect Collision. You don't have direct access to I'm not good enough to have direct access to the draw buffer. I'm sure you can get that. So it's actually a ton of effort to get Pixel Perfect Collision where it used to be the easiest thing. But I was surprised that even using very static colliders in Sports Ball, a fighting game that's very about perfect collision, people don't.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't. There are a couple of odd things with Sports Ball Collision, but it's mostly just the rules of the game and not actually the box colliders. Yeah, it was sort of shocking to realize that, because like I had been such a purist, and then when I built it, I'm like, actually, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's just boxes is fine.
The only thing that will suck is that Timespinner lets you walk on enemies, and they are not boxes. Like so it's very noticeable that you can feel the bounding box.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that feels
yeah.
kind of crappy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
Yeah,
like
you
to,
just got stuck on a
Yeah,
snake.
you got.
I'd like to point out that this is for devs out there, or people who are just getting into devs. Unity actually offers an asset store, and that asset store is full of crap, but there's also full of a lot of good stuff. And some of the good stuff is there's all kinds of sprite libraries and collision libraries that you can get that hand. They'll take a sprite, and if it's built a certain way, they'll take a sprite sheet and create all the.
Yeah, we actually use 2D Toolkit, which does that.
Right.
You can hand carve out your mesh colliders if you want it, which we're probably going to be using for enemies in Starr Mazer, but it's going to depend. Because the bullets, they're going to be boxes too, because you actually can't do mesh collisions in Unity. But
I just wanted to let people know that it wasn't like there are tools that you don't have to be at the top of the game, the programming game or whatever.
Yeah. There are still limitations with the engine to getting like the exact pixel perfect collision between all things. You can do it. You'll just spend you'll either already know how to program Unity, or you'll spend a little while doing it.
What? What's going on?
You're gonna play
She's gonna play Timespinner.
Let's go play the cat.
Have a seat.
Okay.
This is Bodie's game. It's a demo, so it kind of once you beat the
Okay.
boss, you kind of loop back to the beginning.
I'm gonna do it. All right. Let's see what happens here.
So you got this button here. It's your jump button.
Yeah.
You got your attack key button. If you press it and hold it, you can charge. The three states of charge. You can also press the Y button here. Freeze time. But your sand's up there, they'll run out.
Oh.
If you freeze time enemies, excuse me.
Too much pizza?
If you freeze time, no, I only have one piece. I'll have more. But if you freeze time, you can stand on enemies and stuff. You can cling on them. You can also cling to the wall.
You clean the wall.
Your mom cleans the wall.
No, she does.
She cleans all the way to the wall.
Ah!
Bodie, do you need anything? Do you want anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to touch them. That's usually the thing, right? No. No.
So Mariah, what is your experience with video games?
The old, obviously, NES and all of that stuff. God, a Nintendo 64. I played a lot of sports games, actually, not gonna lie. Definitely was a big Madden football and NCAA football fan. I can rock that. And then, yeah, I mean, much more of the modern gaming, Halo and all that, what was it that I was hooked to for a super long time? The James Bond one.
GoldenEye?
Yeah.
That was good.
I love that goddamn game. I'm getting my ass kicked right now, aren't I? But I loved Assassin's Creed, and I got actually hooked on old Wizards of Wonderland at one point. Hence WoW, or thus WoW. That happened. I lost 2 weeks of my life to that, and then realized I had a problem.
2 weeks together early.
I know, well, early. I'm just hitting a wall! my
Do you
fault,
have,
really.
do you have much experience with Metroidvania games?
Much experience with what, Cass?
Metroidvania games?
I think that
Like Castlevania meets Metroid?
No,
No.
not as much. Not as much as I probably should. Clearly, I'm just shooting at things right now. Like a wall.
Yeah, no one choose odd job. That's just bad.
Bad form, and then you kneel.
Yeah.
This is usually my problem in games, is that I think like the way I fight in real life is to just kind of like go tumbling through a thing like a cat. And so I just want to run through things in video games, and I die a lot. I die a lot. It takes me a long time. Are those health points?
Those are money.
Those are monies. Money's my favorite. No. Untimely.
So what kind of things can we look forward to with purchasing with the in-game currency?
It'll be like restorative items and things to help you unlock new abilities, and probably like some accessories, like rings and necklaces and fun stuff like that.
I'm gonna ask you, how do I get up there to that big chest?
You can jump up there.
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
That's too easy.
That doesn't seem right.
Do you think are you gonna have a leveling up mechanic, an RPG element in this game?
So right now the design is that so when you get a new orb, so this is like the blue ones are a single orb. That each orb will have a melee attack and a spell attack, and then like a passive, something that always happens with it, and you can kind of mix and match. So
Come on, get some.
you'll be getting new orbs. Like there's a blade orb where the melee is a sword, and the spell is like a giant sword, and the passive is like your orbs always have like a blade around them, so whenever something touches the actual orb, it gets hurt. Stuff like that. But to answer your question, each orb itself will just level up based on how much you use that orb, and so your favorite orbs will be more powerful than your not use as much orbs.
Interesting. So the orbs are basically like the weapon of the game,
Yeah.
and they will individually level up. How many orbs can you have equipped at the same time?
So it's right now it's just one in each of those slots, like
Okay.
the melee spell and passive.
So you're saying this is going to be a Metroidvania game. I can tell because of the map style that we got in the upper right corner.
Yeah.
Or is it going to be in one solid place like Castlevania was in a castle, or is it going to be spread out?
Oh snap!
So the way it's gonna work is that it'll be like this area right now is like out in the wilderness, and so as you go closer to the capital, there's going to be buildings, so it'll be more compact. And then as you get to like the Empire's fortress, then that'll be even more compact. So it's kind of a mix between like sort of the more spread out Castlevania's like Order of Ecclesia and the more compact ones like
Dude, you're strong.
Symphony of the Night.
Interesting.
And there's also the fact that there's different time periods that you can jump between at certain spots. So you'll see an area in the past. So this is a dried up lake, and in the past it will have water.
That's interesting. It kind of reminds me of Sonic CD.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that.
Oh, it's so good. In
God
portions
damn
of the
it.
level, you can run past these types of checkpoints where if you continuously go fast enough after you hit them, it will send you either into the future or to the past.
Oh,
And when you
nice.
go to the future, it's usually some type of super industrialized area of the same map, just a little different. And if you go in the past, it's usually more wilderness.
Cool.
So are you going to have 2 time periods, or is it going to be even more than that?
So it's the biggest emphasis is on 2 time periods. This current, the one in the present, and then there's the one in the past, and then there's a 3rd time period that is more end game sort of thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry.
I love that you apologize for your game.
I'm sorry you
I-
lost again.
I brought sadness.
No. She's a cool character. What's her name?
Lunaeus.
I like it.
She's voiced by Elspeth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that death scream that you just heard, that
That
was
whole
her.
Ugh. No.
I'm gonna have to say it was
Oh no, I already played earlier.
fairly funny.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
In the session, the recording session, and I'm like, no, can you like maybe not like do the breathing at the end? That's a little weird.
Was it like breathing at the
Like-
end of that?
Like no, can we?
As
we
it
not do
whispers into your ears.
Yeah, can we not do
Slowly,
that?
slowly releasing the life after you lose.
Yeah. But it was a really fun recording session. So.
Cool. So, I also heard in the chat as well as you were talking about a second player will be able to control a character, but you were saying they would be able to control a familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no like second character that
Right.
would be also able to join in.
So it's an unequal local co-op, whereas like the second player is not as powerful as the first player, and if they die, it's not at that big of a deal.
Interesting.
Whereas if the main player dies, you go back to your safe spot.
Once again, this reminds me of Sonic, like Sonic and Tails, where one player could act as Tails, not nearly as powerful, but never really had an impact if he got hurt.
Yeah. Huh. Maybe I should pick that up.
Ah! Damn it! Chicken head on wheels. This guy's a dick.
I like how Don just like left us.
I know. He left the stream. That's okay. We're here. I'm enjoying watching this game. Now, is this is not your first game that you developed, is it?
I've been working on games for a long time, but I've never released any. And before doing the Kickstarter, I was working at Microsoft for 2 years, and at Bungie 2 years after that. So I've been doing a lot of big industry stuff where you releasing a game doesn't really reflect too much on you.
Cool. So then
Damn it.
you decided to branch out and try to make your own?
Yeah, I wanted to do this, so I took the leap, jumped.
Now, when we were talking yesterday with Rami and Renee, they got a lot of questions about making that initial jump from having a career or having a job to actually pursuing your dream as a developer or programmer. What is that like? What's that transition been like for you?
It was. The beginning was difficult.
Oh boy.
I mean, like that first couple of weeks, you're like, should I wake up at like 8 and like work the whole day? Like, how does this work? And then I would like work all the time, like on the weekends and all the time, and not do anything besides work. And then I realized that actually wasn't healthy at all. It was actually hurting development.
Was this some of the advice you were trying to get from earlier? Sounds familiar.
Yeah, like taking a break is actually important.
What a concept.
But I think I've gotten used to it now, but this is a year later.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of like beating yourself up, since if you're working at home, then you think home is now the work zone, and if you're like playing a game, then you're like, well, I could actually be working right now, and then you kind of like beat yourself up over it, and it's not really healthy either.
So when you
Go ahead, Brad.
So when you made the transition
Aw.
initially away from working at Microsoft, did you just
I died
straight
again.
up were done with Microsoft and then you started pursuing this career, or did you hold on to your day job for a little bit?
So I've been working on this game for like 5 years, so all the time I was at Microsoft and then at Bungie. And so I was actually still working on it off time. And then I think that would be 2013 in like September. I told Bungie that I was leaving in December, which is, in retrospect, telling someone that you're leaving like 4 or 3 months before you actually leave is actually a bad idea. I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, during that time I was still working on the game, and then I left. Then I was full time.
Interesting. So Laser Kid, yes. Sorry that you are joining us so late. What we have here is we have Bodie Lee of your company is called Lunar Ray Games.
Yeah.
Lunar Ray Games. He is showing us his demo build of Timespinner. which is like a Metroidvania style game. Just had a successful Kickstarter in June, and it's currently in development. So we got a cool little demo here that we have been toying around with. We got Mariah Zook, our associate producer at Starr Mazer, playing it, trying it out.
Dying a lot.
You'll make it. A funny thing with designing the difficulty of this is that there was a lot of people that are like, this is way too easy, and there's a lot of people that like, I can't even get past like the first 2 rooms, and I'm like, there's not really any good way to get around this.
Now, how do you think you're going to accommodate for that type of difficulty range in your audience? Are you going to just create a difficulty option, or?
That's something that's possible. I have been actually thinking about sort of a tourist mode for like accessibility. We'll see if that works out.
Button. Oh, that. Thank you. Y button. I forgot about that one. And I'm still getting my ass kicked.
So a tourist mode, that sounds interesting. Tell me more about that.
Tourist mode is for people, or it's basically you can walk through the game and you have God mode.
Oh.
And it's designed for people who
Yeah!
maybe can't play games quite as well as other people, but still want to experience the story in the world. So it's kind of accessibility thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of games that employ that type of technique, especially a lot of story-driven first-person games that aren't necessarily first-person shooters, but that have really in-depth story elements. So they're just like, there's also a very, very easy mode where it's just about the puzzles, not so much about action, and you don't have to be too skilled to get through this, but enjoy the story.
Yeah. But
So-
then there's also people that are like, oh, that ruins the game, that there's that option. And
Just having that option, you think,
Yeah.
can ruin the game?
there are people, like, the temptation, the fact that it's available is an affront. So, you can't make everyone happy every day.
Yes, that's true. I remember I was playing one game that you'd have it on normal difficulty or you'd have it on hard, and if you constantly died and kept having to continue, it would eventually ask you, would you like to go on to easier mode?
Oh, nice.
And that always got me. I was like, no!
Thank you for trying.
That's the
Yeah.
word.
Thank you.
We need to find Dawn. We
That's a
need
good
to
one.
play R-Type.
Oh yes,
Hey,
yes.
Dawn.
Super R-Type
Dawn, where'd you go?
should be on the way.
Aw.
Or I can play R-Type with you. Yeah, I'll play R-Type with you.
Oh, NS man, I'm sorry that you missed backing this game. Well, keep your eye out for it. It is called Timespinner by Lunar Ray Games. Hopefully if development goes smoothly, it should be out. Bodie, do you have a tentative release date for this game? November of 2015, so keep your eyes out for it.
Motherfucker.
And we got Fuzzy Ski releasing another Goat Simulator key to some lucky viewer out there.
Just officially just like running my head at these things.
Now there is also a back dash button with the left
bumper.
trigger.
L bumper.
Bumper.
Oh, bumper. Oh!
So you can kind of do a step back.
Whee! Whee! Yeah. Whee!
Oh, so people can still pre-order the game
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
website.
The website has some of the limited versions of the first 3 tiers of the Kickstarter, like the beta builds.
Cool.
Yeah, and
So-
like the soundtrack.
It looks like NS Man is on his way to Timespinnergame.com to pick himself up a copy. Very cool. We're always happy to support other indie devs. That's one thing I've noticed, especially about this type of community going in when we speak with other people, is it's a very supportive community. It's not so much cutthroat like, I have to make this game or I have to beat out your game. It's been very, very collaborative, and the people have been very excellent so far.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're quoting you. Rafa levels up says, "Wee."
Get on my seat!
What?
Get my seat.
I've been quoted.
Sorry. Alright, so sorry about that. Everybody who's already contributed to the Kickstarter or who's interested in our Kickstarter should go to the Kickstarter. I just posted an update
Why am I
during our conversation. I got some news from some cool friends. You should check it out. It's good stuff. We're making a cameo of one of their characters in our game. It's not a crossover per se, just a cameo guy at a bar, have a nice drink. Check it out.
Criven, yeah, we answered the co-op question. The second player is gonna be a familiar, so it's not like a. Oh, yeah, there's
There
a
you go.
familiar.
Yeah,
What is that?
that's a familiar.
That's a
Your
familiar.
little friend.
That's a little buddy?
It looks
What's my little buddy gonna do? He's gonna like.
He's actually not gonna do anything.
Not in the
Oh,
demo version.
That's
Not
okay.
yet.
I just like having him here.
You should.
Hey, buddy. This is the part where I fall through the night.
You could use your time mechanic to make those things not fall.
You know what? It's a good idea.
Well, he's dead now.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it was. But your time mechanic will make it so that you don't fall on those little falling bricky things.
You know how much farther I've made it than I have yet?
Do I know how much farther you've made it than you have yet?
That's not the point.
That's not words.
We're all running on limited sleep here, man.
It's so true.
Criven, the familiars, each familiar will kind of have a different AI and a different helpfulness, but usually they'll attack
What
stuff
a trap.
and or like maybe
Oh.
heal or buff the player.
This is great. Rex 705, this does look like a cool game. In fact, it is a cool game.
Ow!
That's the special Zook love. By the way, she makes those noises whether or not she's playing a game. That's just a thing she does.
Yeah, no problem, Criven.
Where'd the little buddy go?
He died.
It's a
You got him dead.
It's a bug. He goes away when you switch rooms right now.
Oh, I was okay. I was actually
He can't
gonna start
die.
crying.
He could've died.
Oh,
We're
He
spawning
is.
him for you off screen.
buddy! What?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Oh, sorry.
He heard your voice.
He heard your voice. You missed him, and he missed you.
When you call for him, he will arrive.
He will show.
Hey,
Does this familiar have a name?
Maya.
Maya.
little
He's
cherub.
in the Kickstarter. We refer to them as the Dream Dragon.
I don't even care.
I ain't even Kurt. Laser Kid, you know what's also right up your alley? Starr Mazer. No, this game's great. You can actually go give money via Humble right now for it, right?
Yeah, on the
Can we
website.
can we drop a link?
I think he did, but
We
Do
go
it
drop
again.
another link.
Yeah, oh, damn it.
Do you prefer the link to the Humble Bundle or to the link to the website?
just the timespinnergame.com. It's on there.
Oh my god, little buddy, help his sister out.
Rafa, thank you for the actually. Could you drop a link to our latest update in there as well? So people don't have to leave the stream to go check out our latest
Hyperlinks
update.
for everyone.
Everyone will have the hyperlinks. Yes, what?
You're good. You're totes pro now.
Yeah? Did I make it?
Perhaps he's wondering why you would have a dragon if he would only disappear when you cross the screen. Time. Use the time mechanic.
What did
It's a
I-
game about a time mechanic, Mariah.
What?
No, not now. Wait till there's a bridge there, brah.
I don't need it.
You do need it. Where are you gonna go?
Damn it.
Spikes? You're gonna go to spikes?
Damn it! Damn it!
You're gonna die!
Damn it! Damn it!
Oh!
Get through.
What?
You cool man, Bodie. You gave her no choice.
And on that note,
Yeah, you're
they're gonna
done.
play another
I'm
game.
so sorry.
You should
Thank
send
you.
Vanessa out. Let's
Thank
get
you.
Vanessa playing.
Yeah.
Timespinner.
Thank you.
No, we
Thanks,
we play
Mariah.
R-Type.
Thank you.
I was promised R-Type.
We're gonna play some R-Type.
Yeah.
Do we have to load it up? What do we need to do to make that happen?
Do you just wanna
Take
play
another
on-
break?
We can play it on your turbo thing.
Oh, like regular R-Type?
Yeah, you.
Are you good at regular R-Type?
I'm good at Super R-Type, which is probably just.
R-Type 1 is brutal. We have
Play-
Sinistron.
We played for like 4 hours and got to almost level
Well, it's not
3.
like you're gonna beat R-Type.
Oh, why are
Like-
you here? I'm kidding. No, we'll probably take another drink. Drink. I've never even had a drink. We'll probably take another break and get our Super R-Type set up.
Okay.
Could they see my sock holes that whole time?
I don't know.
No, I think.
I do have some pretty good sock holes. There's like 4 of
Oh,
them.
we got one last big question by Modern Nosferatu before we head out.
Modern Nosferatu says, watching all these games, awesome games on Starr Mazer TV makes me wonder, will we get a chance to see before the Kickstarter campaign ends, maybe on the last day, for instance, a short vertical slice of Starr Mazer gameplay on Starr Mazer TV? Or is everything still a little too early in development for something like that? We might have a surprise, I don't know. maybe not. I'm looking at Austin. He's doing the I don't know as well. We're working on it, bros. We're doing our best.
No
Like,
promises.
I got things to play. I don't know if you want to show it.
Yeah, we put Bodie. I don't. You were around for the Bodie Lee was in the game. We showed you that.
Yeah, that
We
was
showed
pretty
you
raw.
That was great.
It was raw pizza. You didn't see it, Vanessa. I put Bodie Lee in the game.
In the game.
Really?
I'm looking at it right now.
What?
You can give it to Slimo. Freaks out.
He loves it. Of course, he loves it.
Yeah.
Of course, Slimo.
Bodie
loves
Lee-
it.
Slimo is
incredible.
Bodie's biggest fan, actually.
How do I get this going? How do I get
Oh,
it?
he needs to click on it.
Yes, Ezrian, you did get to see some of it during the stream. That's true. We got to see some Bodie Lee. So we're gonna let Vanessa play just a little bit of Timespinner.
Am I using up my magic?
No, you have a time. Like, see the little the sand hourglass in the upper left. If you hit
Yeah.
this, you can freeze time.
Oh,
At
the
hourglass.
yellow?
Yeah. You can step on enemies and stuff. And that happens. You can charge your shot as well. Yeah, there's 3 levels of charge.
Damn, son.
So Fuzzy has a question.
Fuzzy, what do you got?
Oh,
Can we just
yeah.
wander around and get Bodie Lee to everyone?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's a single consumable. Like if it's the we haven't guys. We invented it a minute ago. Like we don't have a backstory yet for the
God.
Bodie Lee. We can figure it out. I'm thinking it's probably the 2 options are that it's like a single consumable, like a rare item itself. Just the entire Bodie Lee, all 8 slices is like
We already
its
got
own
this.
thing. Or Bodie Lee is like the best pizza, like the galactic best pizza. I don't know. It depends.
Galactic consensus.
Consensus.
That's the creepiest thing. I hate it when you do that.
We did it a couple shows ago and everybody just joined in. Al Smith was there. We all just kind of like, oh.
No,
She was
no, no.
also freaked
That
out.
was the greatest.
She had no choice.
She had no choice. She was forced into a consensus.
Zuka-Khan. That's Mariah Zook.
Yes, Mariah
She
Zook.
says, "Where she's pizza? Where's your sock holes? I don't see she's pizza here at all.
Yeah, I don't see if she.
I see a Bodie. I see a Kazuo. I see a Vanessa, and I see a 20-second delay of myself. Or I guess it's only like 2 seconds, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's too
I don't see
annoying.
She's Pizza. She's Pizza game was here earlier. Is it because of the time delay that you're only just now seeing the She's Pizza thing?
Die.
You can
Crazy
use.
chicken head.
Remember it to be novel with your time mechanic, like those bridges that fall. You might want to make them not fall. Space through pizza joint like burger joints in Space Quest. Yeah, Laser Kid. That's definitely got to be a thing. The burger joints in Space Quest were ridiculously cool. That burger joint was awesome. I remember it. We could step on enemies and stuff in there, frozen. This is a game about time. You don't use your time mechanic. at
No,
all.
not yet. I haven't gotten to a point where like I feel it's necessary.
Probably the guy right there jumping. Oh. But since there's no She's Pizza here to tell me, we'll bring the focus back to Vanessa, not pizza. And then she's
Vanessa.
already outlived me. What else? You did already, like Zook had already died by now.
Really?
Neither Austin nor myself. Actually, Austin did die.
That's not true. She got to a
I didn't
spiky
die, though.
area.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Fuck, man.
And then the boss rules.
Screw you, buddy.
That's how you fight it twice.
No, I just looped. The game loops.
Yeah,
The
but
demo
you fought
loops.
the boss. You went through the door. Can you exit?
You can exit. Yeah.
And then
When you defeat the boss, the door opens up, and I was like, let's see if it comes back. I left and came back, and there he was.
Alright.
I had that shit on video, bruh. Bruh. So guys, I used to say bro ironically, like, because I didn't like bros. I'd be like, whatever, bro.
But now you say it.
I just say it, and I hate it. I hate that I'm a bruh.
Am
So I say it jokingly. I'm like, bruh, bruh.
Am I being
What's up, bro?
punished for like, for time, like freezing time?
No.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean punished?
Because I wasn't getting any health out of the people I was defeating.
Oh no.
Reptile
that-
fiction.
That's just random
Thank you
number
for the follow.
generator battle.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. That makes me feel better with the whole scenario.
We enjoy your
I was
follow. How
very
many follows do we
upset.
have?
I was like, wait, fuck you. I'm not cheating. Oh, yes, that's true.
250.
We have 250 follows. That means we need 1,750 more follows before we can get treat streams. Come on, guys, step it up. Step it up.
12.5% of the way there.
So you know how right now they all contact Fuzzy and he like does magic and then like treats show up, but there's this big arduous process. Treat stream, you click a button. It goes to your PayPal or whatever. Food appears.
Can we
Treats
have like a
appear.
Kickstarter stream?
You just click it and then.
That would.
Uh,
I appreciate food, but I appreciate getting to work on Starr Mazer for a year a lot more.
Yeah. No, I agree. I actually had that conversation with Fuzzy. I was like, bro, thanks for the pizza. It's incredible.
Nice.
Why don't you put the pizza money into the... You can stop. There's that. Why don't you put the pizza money in the Kickstarter? And then he's like, here's my username. Check my Kickstarter donation. I did. And I was like, thank you for the pizza. Thank you very much. You're the greatest. I love you. No, that's the greatest. I think remember that Kickstarter money is going to the Kickstarter. That will feed us for a year. We need fed now. Like every dollar we don't spend today is a dollar we can spend on the game, which is incredible. Which is why the pizza thing has been really amazing. So if you hit time right there, that guy won't.
Oh, you mean I could just not?
Yeah, you can stand back.
No. Oh.
No, back. No, stand back, bro. What are you? You're not even listening. When you get close to him, he comes down, so you can freeze him and then go closer to him when he comes down.
You're not the boss of this game.
know.
He is the boss of this game.
Laserkid, thank you for the definitions. Bro is righteous. Brah is making fun of bros. What about bruh? Not brah. What's up, brah?
B-R-U-H?
Yeah, B-R-U-H. Bruh. Like that. Bruh. What's up, bruh? Not brah. Not, hey, what's up, brah? But like, what's up, bruh? Bruh. You can only say it in chunks.
You did it.
So neat.
Kina-kun, Kind-kun, K-I-N-E-K-U-N. Thank you very much.
Tutorial.
I'm a
for
better
following us.
person now.
A tutorial without teaching you, like telling you.
You can turn off the time thing. You don't have to like just waste it all and then wait.
Oh, I didn't know.
You can. It's true.
That I was not yet taught that information.
No.
Oh my god, I failed.
Fail a little bit.
Oh man.
All right, guys. So Vanessa's gonna play for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna take a small break so we can change up the
Oh,
systems,
bitch.
and we're gonna play. I think we're gonna play Super R-Type.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
man,
yes.
They were appearing.
I was not.
Bodie
learning.
will. So Bra is making fun of bros. So everything but bro is making fun of bros. What if I'm like, "What's up, brother? Hey, brother."
Oh, I did
You
not
can't
learn
jump on the
well.
platforms while they're falling.
You can't.
Oh, you should be able to. If you're freezing time, you should be able to jump on the
I saw that
platform.
face of like, that's gonna be a bitch day for mine, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Because then you can make like, there's all kinds of puzzles where you have to break the thing and then use it as like a staircase.
But
Right?
But
I need love.
staircase down.
No.
How do you break it?
This is so easy.
But how
Every
do you
time I
break
touch it, it breaks. If I jump from beneath the thing, starts
Oh
to
my
fall
God,
down.
I'm dying.
So I freeze it halfway as it's falling, and then I can walk up.
Oh, do I start from the beginning?
Right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Why did you do that?
No,
to
you're
me?
good. You're done. You're done. We're gonna take a break. Thank you very much, Vanessa.
Why did you do that to me?
Everything's bad. It was fun though.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I like it because I could like actually play it, which is nice.
Oh.
We've been playing a lot of shmups lately, and as our viewers have seen, I just die a lot.
You did well.
All right, guys. So that was Timespinner. It was really cool, man. Ezrian says you turn into Hulk Hogan if you say brother.
Oh.
Yeah, brother. Okay, so we're gonna take a short break so we can change our systems. Every day we work on Starr Mazer TV, we learn something new. We're gonna rapidly decrease the amount of time it takes to transfer between systems. So tomorrow will be a bit better, and it'll keep going. Rex 705, thanks for just getting Timespinner. That's amazing.
Yay!
So what
you.
we're gonna do is we're gonna take 5-10 minutes to switch systems. We'll make this a seamless transition at time, but just not right now. So chill out, wait for a few minutes, and come back, and we'll be playing Super R-Type. Bodie Lee will be playing Super R-Type.